Welcome to Timberland Farms. My name is Anthony. Today is the big day and I'm getting knocked over by timber. It is bright and early. Behind me is our boiler and we're going to get started. It's about 6:30 in the morning. It's still dark out, so we got a perfect early start on this. So it's time to get this show on the road. The rooster's crowing. Birds are chirping outside. It's nice out. We're going to have an awesome day. It's supposed to be a high of like 65 today, so it's perfect weather to be boiling. And there we go. Straight path to the boiler. Got the pan leveled last night. Made a bunch of kindling, stuffed the wood stove with kindling. We got dumpster fire 2.0 right here in all its glory. We're gonna light it up, get this boil going. Time we could add some more wood. We'll knock this down a little bit. Add some of these big pieces in there. This kindling's going to burn down quick. There you go, now you're in there. First boil 2025 has commenced. You can kind of see in our pour weld job here and dumpster fire 2.0 that we have flames licking all the way on the back of the pan up towards the stack. So we have a partition right here. So half of this is actually on fire and the other half it's nice and close to the bottom of the pan. Well, we got the fire boiling, got Timber down here with me. We're gonna pump the IBC toad out. We got a little pump, pumping it up 380 feet up the hill. We're up to the top of the hill on the sap wagon behind the tractor. There's the flow we got from the old pump. We're gonna take this to the barn and run it through the reverse osmosis a couple times. We got that up out of the woods with a little bit from Full Creek Farms as well on the bottom. And then we got to get the stuff from the cluckery added into this and then drive the trailer around the other side of the barn and start reverse osmosis. Before we hook the reverse osmosis up, I think it's time for breakfast. So we're all going to get together, have a nice breakfast to go along with the maple syrup. DJ's over here manning the stove, doing one excellent job. Making some nice bacon, pancakes, sausage gravy. Everybody's enjoying their pancakes.
Breakfast on the farm.
Oh yeah. Over here we're preheating sap to go in the boiler. But I just ate, so we'll get the reverse osmosis out. So here we got our reverse osmosis. We just came around the corner with our 200 gallons of sap. So I'm going to put this from run to prime. That's going to initiate the system. We're full permeate right now, so I'm going to wait for this to reject some. And then what the next step we're going to have to balance the red and blue lines to get a 50-50 mix. And now we're starting to get some. So our red line is our concentrated sap and our blue line is our rejected water. It's purified water. And we have a needle valve over here. We turn this needle valve and it closes down the pressure
increases the pressure and closes down that orifice. And it forces water to come out of the blue line. So now the red line has decreased in flow tremendously, and now the blue line is starting to pick up. And our pressure is starting to increase. We're getting close to 75 to almost 100 psi. I got more than a 50-50 split right now, so I'm going to want to back that pressure off so they look about the same. And I'm going to take my 2 cups, make sure they fill up about the same speed. So our concentrated sap is filling up faster, so we're going to want to turn down that needle valve just a little bit more. And that was a little too much, we'll back off. It takes a couple times to get this perfect, but once you do it, you set it and forget it and watch the pump do its thing. That looks close enough to me. So now, we're going to take our lines I got over here. We have a 3/8 line that goes on our blue. We can separate these two. That's going to go on our rejection line. And that's just going to dump on the ground. And we're going to take this line and it's going to dump into this IBC tote that it's sitting on. And then we can flip our switch from prime to run, and that's automatically shut off once that tank is empty. And now we're filling this IBC tote with a higher sugar content.
So George is over here screening off some of the foam with a little screen and just chuck it off the side. We got a nice healthy boil. And then we still have a reverse osmosis running on the first pass. We're about halfway through that 250 gallons we just pulled up out of the hill. And once that's done, we'll flip it over and do a second pass. It'll be ready for the evaporator right here. Nice healthy boil.
So we should be pretty close to syrup, so we're going to get a hydrometer test, see where we're at. I'll bring it closer to see this. So right now it's showing about 45-47% bricks. So we're going to draw off right here. You know that.
Well, it's dark out now, so we're running a cleaning through the reverse osmosis. Just finished processing the second pass on the stuff we pulled up out of the hill. All that is permeate water, so pure water. We finished putting the last firewood in there, waiting for it to die down. We're gonna pick this back up again tomorrow. It's almost close to 10 o'clock tonight, so we'll catch you back tomorrow. We're boiling and preheating sap inside our turkey fryer. Got the reverse osmosis going one last time for a third pass, getting it up to 8% sugar. Didn't quite get there the first time, so we're just about done wrapping up with that. And we also got the fire going again. Well, sounds like the reverse osmosis just finished. We got rain coming here soon, so we started bringing firewood inside. George is tending to the fire, watching it closely. TJ's over here making us some nice sausage, grown here on Timberland Farms. Got some pancakes, go along with our syrup we're making today. Hopefully we get finished today. Wind noise, but now is draw off time. George is screening off all the foam. We got about 15-16 gallons in here, and we're just about to the end. When we bring it in, this is the finisher.
pot, we have our cone filter right here dripping into our finisher pot. We gotta bring this back up to a boil. There's probably about 6 gallons in that guy. We pan over to the other side. We have another pot. This is also gonna evaporate some at the same time. That one's 3/4 full. So this will go up there into the cone filter and then drip down in there as we're finishing and drawing off into our bottles. We got a scenario here, it's foaming up pretty good, so an old telltale way to do it is you take a pine needle and pine branch, you can touch your foam and it should act as a surfactant and reduce your foaming, as well as turning down your heat, and all this foam goes down. So what you're doing is you're taking the oils off of the pine needle and it's making the foam disappear. Got all of our bottles laid out for the amount of syrup that we thought we were going to have. It's a little less. Our sugar content must have been a little bit lower, and I did spill quite a bit of sap, about 20 gallons or so. So this is our second run with this filter. We just rinsed it out, put 2 new pre-filters in there. When the pre-filter gets plugged up, we'll pull that out and run the pre-filter that's on the inside. Right now we're looking at about 8 gallons of finished syrup. This is right about there. We'll do another bricks test. Right now we're just waiting for it to get up to temperature again, because we're waiting for it to filter. We're getting really close to finishing syrup here. We just turned the fire off because we just took a hydrometer test. We're going to take another one here. So we're going to draw off and fill our hydrometer test cup all the way to the top. Masterful. Get some of this foam to go away. We're going to drop our hydrometer in here. So this upper red line you see here, that is our hot test at 211 degrees. So we're going to drop that in there. That should be 59 bricks. And we're just about there, so we'll probably fire that for another minute or two and get that to right where we need to. And that's all we need to get it boiled. So that's 59 bricks at 211 degrees or 66 bricks at 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the voice you're hearing now is that of TJ. Anthony's checking the sugar content one more time. We're almost there.
Our sugar content just dropped because we added more in there with a pre-filter. It looked like it was all finished, even with all the stuff filtered off of it. Put the camera in here. So that red line right there on the top, that's what we want to see when it floats. We'll push that down and wait for it to pop up and settle. And it's just poking its head out. This is a hot test at 211 degrees. This is 219. So when this cools off, it should be right where we want to be. We're going to pull it off and come out. So this is what we're left with. Every time we do a boil, we take a little sample. We'll put the date on this, what batch this was, everything that went into it, right on the bottom. We'll save these. All the other ones are over at TJ's house from the previous years, but this is for this year. We put it in there hot and it should seal itself up. We're not going to eat this. It's not a reusable jar, but we just look at it for reference. So we're going to flip this around with every single bottle, coat the whole inside with a hot syrup to help sanitize, and then we end up flipping it upside down and flipping it outside to seal the package up. For these plastic jugs, you just tip them on their side. And for the mason jars, they have to be flipped upside down because they're real simple in bottling. Just take your lid, pull that off. All these lids are sitting on here. We just fill this up. So inside, we want to keep a little bit of headspace in there. We want to fill it all the way up to the top. So that's perfect. So these bottle caps are just like what you get at the grocery store. They have that ring on there. It only works once. Once you screw that in there, it locks into place, and when you go to open it, it breaks this cap knowing that it has been opened. So we'll just screw this cap on. You hear that click, and then flip it over, put the hole inside of the bottle, and leave it on the side. And we'll repeat it for all of these guys. So pardon all the farm noises and the rain on the metal roof, but we end up getting just a little over 8.5 gallons of syrup. Some of it's going to George at Poultry Farms, and the rest of it's here at Timberland Farms. If you want to pick some, guys want to pick some of the syrup up, I'll try leaving a link in the description to eBay, where I'm going to try selling it on eBay. I might try to see if I put it on my webpage as well, where you can buy it directly from my website. Leave a note in the comment section below telling you guys exactly how to do it. As of right now, I'm not sure how I'm going to figure it out. But once I do, I'll leave a comment in here for you guys, and I'll pin it to the top so you guys want to pick up some of the syrup yourself. That was an epic amount of sap we boiled today. We ended up getting 8.5 gallons out of 560 gallons of sap. So sugar content was a little lower than I was anticipating, but you got to figure out what it ends up boiling down to actually figure out what your number is with the instruments that we have. The reverse osmosis worked out flawlessly. Our 275 gallon fuel oil tank for our arch worked flawlessly. Couldn't have any more complaints. We were pushing everything to the limits with this amount of sap, but we were able to do it. I'm ready to do it again. So I hope I catch you guys on the next one.